So you all know when you type google.com, we have to send a HTTP request, right? The HTTP request has to go to the server and the server will send the HTTP response. So let's understand what is there in HTTP request and what is there in the HTTP response. Okay, so in HTTP, when you send a data, the request will look like this. You have a HTTP method, okay, and you are sending this request to your web server, right? And basically, so you have to run some part of the code in a web server. So what part of the code you have to run? That path will be here. Okay, some information in the, this is basically the URL. That path will be here, and then some parameters. Any parameter you can pass, and then what is the version of the HTTP you are using. Okay, the method and the some parameters you will be sending. So this is how a HTTP request will look like. And then there will be lot of request headers, like what is the host, okay, and then what is the user agent, like from Chrome we have triggered, and from where you have triggered, and what kind of when the server replies you back, right? You are sending like I accept XML, I can read HTML, I can read plain text, I can read image. So what are the different format of data you are expecting from the server? So these kind of things will be there in the header. This is the header part, and this is the HTTP method and the parameter part. This is how a HTTP request will look like. Okay, so let's go and see how thing looks like. Okay, so here I am typing google.com. When I type google.com and I click this, you get this headers, right? So you see what is the thing? The request here URL is google.com. What is the request method? Is get. Okay, so this is how you have sent it. Okay, so you can also send this request using a tool called curl. Okay, so you can send curl -v www.google.com. So when I send this, if you see the output of this, right? Okay, run as output. Okay, so now it is trying to connect to google.com. It is connected and it is sending the get method. Okay, and these three lines, right? These three lines are the request headers. Okay, these three lines. Okay, so host is this one. What is the user agent? We send it through curl, right? This is the user agent, and you accept */* is basically you accept any format. The curl accepts any format. So this is the request going, okay, to the server. Okay, so now when you go and try and see a browser, okay, let's see what is there in the browser. See, in the request header, see, method is get, path is /. You accept anything, right? You accept these are the things the browser accepts. Okay, and then the request header. See, user agent is your Chrome. The Chrome is there, right? This is the user agent. So this is how the data goes. Okay, now what you can do is, suppose this is how the request goes. Okay, now what I do is I want to search something in Google. Let's search what is say let's search what is DNS request and response, right? Let's search for this. Okay, so here if you see, okay, here if you see in the request, okay, in the request what you are seeing here is, right, this, I think it is hidden here. Okay, see here, Q equal to DNS plus request and response. See, this is a query. It is adding all the strings and sending. Okay. So we are sending this in the request URL also we are sending this. Okay. And let's see the request header. In the request header the same thing. Right. In the header also you are sending, in the path variable you are sending this DNS. Whatever you have searched in the Google, this is how it goes. Okay. And we can send the same thing here. Right. We can send the same thing here. Let's go to this one. So google.com *q equal to DNS plus request plus response, and see the same thing. See here, this is how it goes. In the, this is the request part, right? This part is request. This part is a request. This is a request header, and here this is the method, and this is the parameter going. Q equal to query equal to DNS. Okay, and this is the HTTP version. And you are getting the response. We will come to the response later. And this is the user agent. Here you are sending the request using curl. There you are sending the request using your Chrome browser. Okay, and you are getting the response. We will analyze the response. Okay, now what is the HTTP response comes? Okay, so this is how HTTP request there. Okay, what will be there in the HTTP response? The HTTP response will have the status line. It will have the version and it will tell a number which denotes the status of the HTTP response. And then it will have the response header. What is the header, right? Which date, what is the server, and then some response header will be there. And then one blank line, and then it will have a body, because the response should have this your HTML files, right? Because your browser, it will see the HTTP response. In the response, it will see the HTML files, and that HTML files only it will use to display in the web page. Correct? So it will have the HTML files. Okay, the actual file will be there. Okay, so this is how a HTTP response looks like. Okay, so let's go and see our old thing, our HTTP responses. Right, it says 200 OK, the date, and then it is there's a lot of headers are there. Okay, this is the status of our, so we got a success status, and you see this is the HTML. This is the HTML file, right? The doc type HTML and HTML. The HTML file is there. Okay, inside you will have a script. In the script you will have the JavaScript part. Your JavaScript code will be running in this inside the script tag, right? All the things are there. Okay, and this is how you get. Then body is closed here. So your browser will read this content, right? This is coming in the HTTP response, right? Your browser will read this part of the content, and then it will display in your browser. Okay, this is how the HTTP works. Okay, the same case happens in our response also. Okay, so if you see this, right, get and then you have the response header, right? So in the response header you will have the response header is there, and then so request header is separately displayed and response header is separately displayed. Okay, now what I do is, let's go to this. Okay, and then instead of google.com, let's say goo.com, right? Now when you do a goo.com, right, it's going to some secured offender something, right? temp.com. Let's type this, and so if you show that as I get right, and oh, there's something called as temp.com. type temp.co. So it's not coming. So in the response headers, oh, temp.co is also there. Hey, welcome to temp.co, something is there. Okay, so when there is any error, it in the response method, right, it will display the error. Right? Now in the response it's saying 200 okay, right? Instead of 200 okay, it will respond with the appropriate status, okay? If after 2 if something is there, usually it is success, okay? If you have some 5 and some data is there, usually it is server error. 4 and something, it is usually client error. Like you are not displaying something, right? You are from the client side, it is some problem is there. Okay, 300 means it's a redirection, right? Right. So this kind of is what is the status code coming in the HTTP response. So HTTP response contains your HTML files, and that will be used by the browser to display the contents. This is how stuff works. Okay. And what are the different HTTP methods? We have seen get method. Okay, we have seen only get method we have seen, right, to get the data. We also have post method, right? So the HTTP can also be a post method. So suppose if you want to store something in the database, right, in the server is there, right? I want to store some information, right? Suppose suppose you are creating your Gmail username login. So your username and login should be stored in the Google server, Gmail server, right? So to store information in your server, you will use the post method. Okay, so this is what is the different methods available. Okay, so usually you have your FreshKite router, you have your PC here, and then this is connected to the internet. Okay, let's assume this FreshKite web server, right? It is launched here. Your freshkite.com. It is launched here. Okay, now I type freshkite.com, right? When I type www.freshkite.com, it is a get method because you are going to get information. So your get method will go. Okay. Now in FreshKite, I am giving you an option to register. Okay, you can register yourself, giving your details, right? Your name, your email ID. You can register with us. So when you register, I have to store your information in my server, correct? So for that you will use the post method. So your information I will be storing in a database. I might use a MongoDB or MySQL, and I will store your information in a database. So for that usually HTTP post method is used. Okay. What is put method? If I want, suppose I have this information, right, stored in the database, and I have to update the complete information, right, in the database, I will use put method. Okay. And I want to update only partial data in the database, I will use patch method. Suppose I want to delete some data in the database, I will use the delete method. These are the different HTTP methods available.